Welcome Virgo to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 18th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. The week begins with the square between the Sun and Neptune in your opposite sign, just tailing down a little bit from its peak of last week, but still worth being mindful of, because at this time of year, obviously there are a lot of arrangements to be made. The Sun and the rather reactive, perhaps even grumpy Mars are in your fourth house. So fourth house, home, family, emotion. Neptune, sector of relating. You may be trying to clarify things. Someone may seem a bit confused or not quite getting it, or trying to impose their agenda on you, which you won't appreciate. However, your ruler, Mercury, may be in retrograde, but it's in a very fun part of your scope, forging a link also along with Neptune, Saturn in your sector of relating. And you're going to be determined that if you're getting on well with someone, or there is someone that you can really collaborate with at this time, that you're going to keep investing in that and put the distortion of Neptune to one side. Good for you, because Mercury retrograde doesn't necessarily have to mean cross wires and misunderstandings, although we all know it can. But having Saturn there just says you've got to set your boundaries very firmly. If you do that, the chances are that things will be fine. Doesn't mean to say that you have to sort of push too hard, but just be firm and just say what you need from the situation if someone does seem to be just causing a little bit of uncertainty. But all this week there is a dazzling opposition between Venus and Uranus, and it's dazzling for you particularly because Venus is in the part of your situation to do with everyday conversations, and that can mean flirting in the case of Venus, especially in the hot and steamy Scorpio. But it's opposite Uranus in your ninth house. If you're travelling somewhere this week, there may be a surprise encounter within your journey, and it could get your pulse racing, because maybe you're going to have a conversation with someone that you find is quite inspirational. That's possible, Uranus in the ninth house. Or perhaps you're wanting to do something more spontaneous in an existing relationship and encouraging your partner to say, look, that's what we normally do. Let's go and do something completely off the cuff. And if you do that, I think you can have a super time. If you're single, however, a sudden connection, a sudden attraction, but also you could find yourself attracted to someone you don't even like, but still find them quite mesmerizing. All of those scenarios are possible with Venus opposite Uranus, but it is exact on Thursday, and it is going to create a lot of excitement. And also by Friday we have the winter solstice. The Sun moves into your sister Earth sign of Capricorn, as it usually does around this time each year. But that ushers in the last of the four cardinal quadrants. Western tropical astrology is divided into four 13-week sections. This section for you through to the spring equinox is asking you to really embrace your creativity, your passion, your flair. You can do it. And what makes you even more likely to be doing it in the next 13 weeks is that it forges an exact conjunction with the retreating Mercury, forging a cazimi. A cazimi is where the Sun amplifies. Mercury's right in the heart of the Sun, so the warmth and the charisma of the Sun have turned up to max. Now obviously the sign of Capricorn is a bit of a cool customer, can be a little bit conservative, maybe a little bit dour. Don't you believe it? Capricorn people have got one of the best sense of humours you can see, but they have to develop it because when they're younger tend to be a little bit reserved and shy. But you may find yourself having a really good laugh on Friday, and your sense of humour but your passion for your ideas get an even greater opportunity to be shared in a powerful way, because both planets link with Saturn. So Saturn in your sector of relating means that if you're saying something that is meaningful to you, whether you like someone, trying to chat them up, maybe it's getting a little bit alluring under the mistletoe, or it's in a more serious situation where you want to share some ideas of yours or some talents and flair, you can really punch across your abilities in a very impactful way. But then on Saturday, Mercury inverts back into the sign of Sagittarius, which it left on the 2nd of December. And this is the 4th house. And in fact, on Christmas Day, the moon is going to be in your 10th house in Gemini. So obviously, that is going to be the first day of next week, and I'll tell you more about that then. But that could create a little bit of confusion again over the arrangements for the festivities. So as ever, for all of us, we need to be aware with Mercury retrograde that things can shift, but also they give us a chance to revisit, recalibrate, reset something that maybe isn't working as quite as well as it could. And I think that this is a week that actually you can have a really good time if you give yourself the permission to do so, and don't get caught up by that family or emotional drama at the start of the week that could be created with the sun's diminishing but still powerful square to the dreamy but sometimes rather illusory energies of Neptune. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand what serious astrology can do for you, if you give me 3 pieces of your personal birth data, time, date and place of birth, I can produce for you your personal astrology forecast for 2024, but also my special package. You'll get your character analysis, your life roadmap report, which can help you to get much more aware of the patterns that are played out in your life so far, but a much more intimate understanding of how to deal with them future forwards. But also in my special package, you can get your zodiac forecast for year 2024, your Chinese forecast, and your Indian Vedic forecast from Aries through to Pisces for all 12 signs, absolutely free of charge. Please see the link beneath this video to order.